Squatch Industries, in cooperation with Aperture Laboratories and Black Mesa Research Facility, presents Employee Training Presentation number 42, Piracy in the Workplace.
Well, hello again, and welcome to Squatch Industries Training Film number 42, Piracy in the Workplace. As you probably know by now, I'm Eric Parsons, founder and CEO of Squatch Industries. First, I'd like to congratulate each and every one of you for making it this far into our orientation process. If you haven't figured it out by now, our month-long training orientation is designed to weed out any of the riffraff that walks through our doors. If you're watching this, go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back, because you're a step above common riffraff. Alright, that's enough back patting for now. That being said, over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain these key points regarding piracy and you while you are employed at Squatch Industries. Let's get started, shall we?
What piracy in the workplace means.
In case you don't know about piracy yet, let me fill you in on a couple of examples to get you acquainted with the idea. First, piracy is defined as the unauthorized use or appropriation of patented or copyrighted material, ideas, etc. This material can be almost anything: a copyrighted book, music recording, movie, television program, trademark product, or, the subject of this training film, computer software. Most often, piracy takes place over the internet and is accomplished in several ways. One of those ways is by using peer-to-peer sharing programs like LimeWire or uTorrent, where individuals download pieces of a desired file from many other users who have the file they desire until the entire file is completely downloaded. The newest and easiest way of piracy is to download directly from file hosting sites. A user places a file on a file hosting site and simply links to it in any forums or message board. Other users can then just download the file in seconds or minutes with little hassle or with very little chance of being monitored. The act of piracy can occur in the workplace when an employee copies software that is licensed by the company for their own personal use or monetary gain. For example, let's say you enjoyed using that copy of Windows 95 at your workstation and you'd like to install it on your own home computer and figure nobody will care if you make a copy for yourself. In this manner, the employee is essentially stealing from the company they work for, and as we will learn in the next section, this will not be tolerated. Another form of workplace piracy can occur on a company and IT level when the company purchases only a few licensed copies of software and installs them on more computers than licenses were purchased for. In this example, the company is essentially stealing from the software vendors that provide them software. This sets a poor relationship with vendors as well as sets the company up for possible lawsuits. By understanding a few ways piracy occurs in the workplace, we can move on to the next order of business.
Squatch Industries policies on workplace piracy.
If you feel the urge to pirate software while employed with Squatch Industries, don't do it! This is not an option. This is not some democracy where you get an equal say. This is my ship, and I am the captain and I make the rules, and on my ship we're proper and civilized human beings. If you're some dirty pirate walking in off the streets and you board my ship, I will feed you to the sharks like a walking bag of fish food that you are. I mean, that your employment with Squatch Industries will be terminated immediately and without notice. Alright, now that we've covered that area of unpleasantness, let's continue.
What can happen if you pirate?
There exists an organization called the Business Software Alliance, or BSA, that represents nearly all the big-name software companies, including Microsoft, Adobe, Compaq, Apple, Dell, IBM, Intel, Macromedia, and Symantec, just to name a few. The BSA's main purpose is to act as a watchdog agency for its paying members. They accomplish this by researching and issuing yearly reports that give worldwide figures for the monetary amounts lost due to software piracy. They come to these figures by a peculiar method of determining how much packaged software was deployed in a year and subtracting it from how much packaged software was paid for or legally acquired in the same year. The resulting number is the total software installed that was not legally acquired, i.e. pirated software. While I personally find this practice slightly flawed due to several obvious factors, I will not elaborate further due to the possible legal issues of slander and the like that my lawyers have warned me against. The second and more notable function of the BSA is to pursue lawsuits against any companies or businesses worldwide that are found to be pirating software. They do this with a team of investigators whose job it is to research anonymous tips from current or former employees of companies in question. These tip-offs are then investigated for credibility until the cases ultimately reach the members of the BSA, who then vote on whether the case is worth it to continue pursuing and filing a lawsuit against. This vote is often based on the size of monetary payout of winning lawsuit against the suspected pirated company or business.
What to do if you encounter piracy at Yeti Squatch Industries?
This is a no-brainer, folks. All you need to do is notify your supervisor, and he will notify the next person in the chain of command, and so on and so forth, until the proper channels are all notified and the problem is resolved. We run a very tight ship around here. If you see any discrepancies within these walls, there is no need for you to go running all nilly-willy to the BSA with outlandish claims and getting their feathers all riled up for no reason. They are just looking for a good lawsuit, and I'm sure that we can work this out under our own roof without dragging them into it.
Alternatives to piracy.
There is no need for piracy when there are alternatives that are completely free. Say it again with me. There is no need for piracy when there are alternatives that are completely free. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? I wrote it. I do fancy myself a poet at times. Anyway, the point is that there is no need for you as an employee to ever have the urge to pirate while in the workplace. There exist free alternatives to almost any software that you may desire. For instance, if you find that copy of Windows 95 fetching, and you just have to have a copy for your own home computer, you should know that there is a free alternative out there called Ubuntu that I hear is quite nice. Likewise, if you fall in love with our Microsoft Office 97 software, you should know that there is a free alternative out there called OpenOffice. These and many other versions of popular software can be found absolutely free and highly supported by an avid community that appreciates the benefits of open source and user-based ingenuity. So that there is no need to steal from us. Ever! I hope you have learned something today and walk away from this film feeling a little more uppity with your newly gained knowledge. Not too uppity, though. There's no room for any Mr. or Mrs. Know-It-Alls in this company. I look forward to seeing you in a few minutes for the training film number 43, How to Defend This Facility in Case of Undead Uprising. We're sure to have a good time. Until then, I'm Eric Parsons, wishing you the best of luck. You're gonna need it. We're done here.
Hello? I'm sorry, I fell asleep. Is the movie over now? It is? Oh. Well, I hope you enjoyed it.